I'm going to start off on this, and I know Tom will have an answer and Travis will have an answer, but it starts with sales. It's all about building trust. I think most people who are coming to us looking to make a change for one reason or another, they oftentimes realize that they've got a shit show throughout their building, throughout their company in terms of technology. So they know that they're going to have to make some changes. Um, Once we get them onboarded, and part of the onboarding process is Tom and his team going through and scoping out, hey, you have issues here. Abbott tells me that you're concerned about your phone system. Abbott tells me you're concerned about, um, 5 different servers from 5 different organizations that you've acquired in the past 3 years, and you're trying to consolidate these 5 businesses under one roof. So Tom has a little bit of insight, but we have to build that trust. Tom and his team continue to build that trust. And by the time they have been onboarded and they're a month or two into the engagement, they're basically doing what we're recommending. I mean, it's not 100% of the time, but in most cases, our clients trust us enough where when we say, you need to do this, and here's why you need to do it, and it's not coming from me, it's not coming from the sales team, it's coming from the engineers with a business perspective to it, clients go, oh, okay, we trust you, let's do it.
So, Andrew, to your point about how do you surface that stuff during the sales process? Generally, what's happened is because the sales team has built out a good set of questions and processes, Jim Abbott will have that initial conversation. He'll come back to me and he'll tell me, hey, here's what we found. Here's what we talked about. My first question is, do they have an asset list? He'll show me the asset list if they have it, and I'll skim it and go, okay, red flag, red flag, red flag. I think you guys need to go back and find out what their willingness is to replace these things or move from on-prem to cloud or whatever it might be. Jim will go back and he'll have those conversations the second time through, and they generally tend to be more around, like you talked about, a little bit more of a psycho-demographic conversation. Hey, how do you guys like to invest in things? Andrew, this will go back to something too that we've talked about over the years. You remember this. You'd walk into a prospect and you could almost immediately tell from the foyer or the waiting room whether or not it was going to be worth your time or not.
Spider sense,
Because
dude.
yeah,
That's
you
what we
could
call it,
walk in
spider
and
sense.
go, if you step in and it's 1970 with wood paneling and green shag carpeting, probably not going to invest in their IT, right? Abbott's gotten good about developing that skill and teaching the other salespeople that skill. So to his point, when that does make its way over to the sales team, the one thing that I talk about when I get pulled in, the one thing that Abbott talks about is setting expectations up front. We are very clear about telling them that during the onboarding, we're going to go through these things that we know about and these things that you've told me you don't know about, but we need to find out about. And we tell them before we go signing contracts, hey guys, we're going to come back to you. And since no one knows anything about this email environment, there's going to be a remediation project. I don't know if it's a $5,000 project or a $50,000 project, but you're going to have a remediation project. Make your peace with whatever God you may or may not believe in. It's happening. And we'll go through those things that we know about. And as long as during that sales process, they go, yeah, we know we have to do that. We're ready to make this move. We just need to get it fixed. As Abbott and Tom have said, once we get to the onboarding and Tom goes, yep, your 365 environment's wide open to the world and it's a $10,000 remediation, they're generally good with it.